Welcome back to Definitely Not Definitive. I'm Ken.
And I'm Bethany.
And we're just a giddy couple in love that loves reacting to some Genshin Impact.
Yes, we do.
So we're continuing our Genshin Impact journey, checking out all the cutscenes. This is part 3 of that journey. And if you want early ad-free access, you can get a month ahead on Patreon down below in the description of this video. And because it's Genshin Impact.
We have a drink. Yay! So this is Klee's Sparkling Bomb, which is awesome because it's got pop rocks on the rim. That's what makes it sparkle.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Fear this might fall short of their true intentions. I think they intend to use Barbados' connection to the wind to draw him out. Just like Lisa traced the source of the storm to the temples.
The god of Animo? Hasn't been seen for more than 1,000 years. What makes you think that's their intention?
Oh,
Because he's the god.
Forget it. I don't like having to pry. Here, take this.
What is it?
A disguise to protect your identity. Put it on before you run into the Fatui. Unfortunately, there's still one of Mondstadt's allies. At least that's the facade we're maintaining. Our actions are going to get them stirred up. Better to not implicate yourself on a personal level.
Where did you rats scurry out from?
Oh, okay.
Senora's not going to tolerate this kind of interference in our affairs.
Ooh, Fatui.
Trouble of having to deal with you herself. You can't run from debt.
You can't run from debt?
Oh, I thought you
death.
said from the dead.
Oh.
Finally, the letter is
Now I don't know,
back in
though.
his hands. Where did that guy go, though?
Should have
He
read what it
here
was
a second
said down
ago.
below.
Senora is going to end you. The songs bards sing of your demise will be so terrifying. The people of Mondstadt will never sleep again for the nightmares they give them.
Wow.
Big time
You're intense.
for a guy who still ran off in the end. Chicken.
Way to go, Paimon.
this is the Holy Lyre. You managed to retrieve it. The pattern of flowing wind carved on the rosewood, and the strings still feel cool to the touch, too. The memories.
What do you think, Venti? Can you summon Dvalin?
Although this lyre is the real thing, I doubt that it's going to work. As you can see, the lyre has been through 1,000 years of history. Its animal power has run dry.
But you're the one that wanted to get it in the first place.
Yeah.
You couldn't play music fit for even Diluc's tavern with it.
Ouch.
Bards fight to get on the stage of my tavern. Don't make assumptions.
Is that really important right now, Master Diluc? And you! Did you just borrow the Holy Lyre to play music for drunkards to hear?
Borrow? You mean steal?
Me?
Paimon's face.
Anyway, we won't be able to call Dvalin with it.
Oh my god.
The lyre itself is fine, but the strings. You're up, Outlander.
Talking about me? I don't know how to fix instruments.
Relax, it's not broken. It's just that the intensity of its animo power has greatly diminished. Do you still have Dvalin's teardrop crystal with you?
Of course.
Great!
I'm not gonna give that
Try
away.
to use it on the Holy Lyre. It worked as expected.
This youthful glow.
Praising yourself? Really?
Talking about the Holy Lyre.
Thanks to our traveler friend having purified the crystal, the Holy Lyre won't continue to lose power. That said, its power is far from replenished. It'd be great if we could get more tears.
Right, how do we do
I can
that?
surmise that Dvalin will already be crying, suffering alone in some deserted
Oh.
place.
That's depressing.
Yeah.
Dvalin.
Poor Dvalin.
Poor baby.
This is not something that an honorary knight can accomplish alone. I will mobilize the rest of the knights to assist. When you get the teardrop crystal, please let our honorary knight perform the purification process.
Heroes supporting each other and setting out on a journey together. How exciting! Let me come up with a song for you.
Is that all you're going to do? Just sing?
He says that's all he can do.
Wouldn't be much of a bard if I didn't, now would I?
Yeah.
You're so cheeky. You deserve an ugly nickname.
Oh my god.
Oh, Paimon knows. From now on, you'll be known as Tone Deaf Bard.
She does
She's
not
so
like
angry.
him. Yeah.
This search reminds me of a feud I once had with the Fatui. 6 months ago, a thief stole treasure from the East Temple of the Four Winds.
Whoa, what was
Six-fingered
it?
Jose.
A cup used by Barbados?
What?
That's one of the characters.
Although if such
That's
a thing
amazing.
existed, it would be very valuable.
A six-finger band.
Among all the relics they managed to
Someone's
dig
been
up,
looking for
one
him.
particular object was very rare.
Can't give up.
It was a vial which contained the Animo god's breath.
I hope he brushed his teeth
Relics
before it
come
was
in every
captured.
shape and form, huh?
Anyone with an eye for fine art would like to add this relic to their collection. Once word got out, the Fatui started trying to seek it out as
What would
well.
you like?
They've made tons of counterfeits that can be found everywhere. In response, I just
weird that this
bought
dialogue
everyone I
happens, like,
could
without them
find,
actually being-
irrespective of its authenticity. We're still at it now. I've bought
He's
more than
Six-Finger Jose.
2,000
Oh, yeah.
fakes to date.
He's also
And
a bard.
Fatui are yet to find the real one.
Whoa, you guys are insane. So it means the real one must be out there somewhere on the black market, right?
What would you like?
Paimon will give you a discount on them if she finds any, because Paimon's just great like that.
Sure, you can try to find the real one. I'll take what you find, even if they're fake.
are a close friend.
Add it to
Once
your
you're
collection of
done,
fake.
Find me at the winery. I'll trade you a beer for every 20 you find.
I don't know if that's a good deal.
Leave it up to me.
We should let Paimon fight. She's got some anger to get out.
Yeah, she does.
Paimon didn't think we'd find volunteers in a place like this.
As knights, we are taught to hone our investigative skills.
Wow, very impressive.
In my experience, the secret to finding what you are looking for is to never look for it in the first place. Don't think
Okay.
too much about it and don't search too hard. And before you know it, what you're looking for will appear right before your very eyes.
It's like good advice if you're like looking for love.
Yeah.
Don't worry about it.
Like if you're looking for your
The
keys,
more
then just like
flustered
sitting
you
there, like,
become, the
This is
less
probably not
likely
gonna
you are to
happen.
Yeah.
find it. Pay attention to what you see in your peripheral vision, and you might just stumble upon what you're looking for.
I don't know. It doesn't sound like that would work.
No, seriously,
Skeptic.
it does that. In fact, it's how I used to find my tortoise whenever she went missing.
how did you lose your tortoise?
Tortoise?
Yes, why? Something wrong, Paimon?
No, it's, well, just surprising.
Why?
Paimon can't imagine Jean having a pet tortoise. Surely you find it hard to imagine too, Master Diluc.
What's so strange about it?
We go. What? You too?
Guess pet tortoise is a big thing in Genshin.
And apparently Paimon is kind of anti-tortoise.
Yeah.
We're done gathering. That was hard.
It's too early to relax. We're still not done with Storm Terror. Besides, the Fatui could also be planning something.
Hey, Diluc, I heard that the Fatui have recently proclaimed you persona non grata.
What an honor. Nobody was ever proclaimed persona grata by the Fatui anyway.
The Fatui? The diplomatic delegation from Sneznaya? What if they got against Master Diluc?
The Fatui are a problem not only for the Knights, they also present a real threat to the whole of Mondstadt. And when it comes to threats against Mondstadt, Diluc is...
That's enough, Jean.
Sensitive.
You knights are subject to too many restrictions. You can't directly confront this so-called diplomatic scum.
Ooh.
Personally,
Okay.
I despise them.
Yeah, we didn't get that. You're very...
If you choose between eating a cryo slime alive or joining the Fatui, I'd prefer to be crushed to death by a meteorite.
That wasn't one of the options.
Jeez, your wording is so very dramatic.
If I had a choice between this and the other thing, I'd choose something completely different.
To Fallen Protection Squad, assemble!
Let's put our crystals together. Oh. The color of these crystals looks muddy. Dvalin, you're going through so much pain. Let's start purifying these crystals first. Please, Traveler.
It is hard to believe such a...
Interesting. It's like filtering wine. The process is refreshing.
I think we should have enough tears now. So next we... use the crystals on the Holy Lyre like last time.
It worked!
It seems completely different from before.
That was the point.
The Lyre's animo power seems fully restored. We should be able to use it now. It's all thanks to you.
Now, where should we summon Storm Terror?
Away from
Must
people?
be away from the city.
Yeah.
Else there will be casualties should we fail. Perhaps here at the winery?
If the winery was destroyed, it's not something I couldn't eventually fix. But I'd still rather not go through the hassle.
Yeah. Don't destroy the winery. She seems put out. She's like, we could have had wine with the dragon.
Should be able to carry a bard's words far away. It's never going to work if the air is too dry or suffocating.
Paimon understands sea or high places, right? Then the best location to play the lyre would be...
If you go east from Starfell Lake, there are mountains south of the beach.
Oh, you mean that beach we were on when you told Paimon about your sister?
If you head to where the cliff juts
Brother?
out, that place is known as Star Snatch Cliff. What do you think,
Star
Bard?
Snatch Cliff?
Meets the requirements, no?
Let me think. Star Snatch Cliff. All right, let's do it there.
Very well. Then let's meet at Star Snatch Cliff when we're ready. Please don't be late.
Yes, ma'am.
Sorry. I didn't mean to...
Be bossy. It's okay.
Everyone
boss.
is finally here.
Own it.
What a view.
Lovely for a fated reunion, isn't it? Well, we must be prepared for a fight.
Regardless of the outcome, things finally seem to be taking a turn for the better. Mondstadt has really been going through so much recently.
In the end, the solution to our problem was as simple as a traveler in a song. I suppose the Knights of Favonius may have played a part in it too.
He just hates the Knights of Favonius.
Luke. Everyone, please step aside. I, the best wandering bard of the mortal world, shall begin my performance with the Holy Lyre.
Okay.
Better be epic.
Well, you're summoning words.
Done cannot be undone.
Then why do I see sadness in your eyes? Sadness that speaks of your yearning for this song.
They are communicating. Huh?
Uh-oh.
No, don't get bored. Fooled by him, dear dragon.
She called him by his nickname.
Alone. Now, listen to me. To deceive you once more.
Beatles.
Let your wrath fester. Mondstadt has already turned its back on you.
You little twerp.
Yeah, why can't you just eat you?
You were planning this all along to have me slain.
Dvalin,
The time has come for the dragon to serve its true master. While you beware your pathetic selves, watch the world tremble with fear.
Dvalin.
That could have gone better,
Yeah.
but you're not
Right.
dead.
Venti,
So it could have
Please,
gone worse.
be careful.
You've known my true identity for some time now.
So he is the god
haven't
of
you,
wind.
Jean?
So he's the god
Though,
of Barbados.
I thank you for continuing to use the name Venti.
How's the Holy Lyre? Can it still be played, or does it need to be repaired?
Unfortunately, I think it's beyond repair.
Well, that's not good.
You're right. If we don't fight the evil at its source, then we can't save Dvalin at all.
In which case, I shall call upon Outrider Amber to track it down.
No need.
Why is that?
I eradicated one not long ago, in one of the Four Winds temples.
What? When?
If you want to track those monsters down, then I'll seek answers from my contacts. I've got other means for getting the job done.
Diluc. Though he dislikes the Knights of Favonius, he protects Mondstadt in his own way.
Oh? Why does our little Paimon sound so doting all of a sudden?
Uh-huh.
Wait for my word. I'll be sure to let the Abyss Order know that their blatant disregard for Mondstadt will not go unpunished.
She likes the moody type.
Okay.
Dark and mysterious.
And broody.
Broody, yeah. Moody, broody. That's a better word, broody.
Your Highness, your humble servant returns. When your homeland returns to this world, we shall revel in its glory.
Okay.
The Abyss Order. Enemies of the human race. Even the underground networks rarely come across any information on them. With that said, it was a bit of a hassle, but I managed to dig up a few clues.
Really? That quickly? You really are well connected, Master Diluc.
Come to think of it, Mr. Big Animal God Barbatos, why exactly do you need the help of mere humans?
How do I put it? The Seven, as people now know them, were once known as the Seven Archons. Each Archon presides over their own part of Teyvat. That is the role the Archons play. Only in performing this duty can we attain power. But I don't like the idea of ruling Mondstadt, and I don't feel Mondstadt would really like it either.
Good for you.
Go forth and establish a city of freedom without rule. We have not forgotten Barbados' wish for Mondstadt.
Jean, you're such a devotee. Maybe someone got a little too free and is just too lazy to care.
However it may have come to be, I haven't been back to Mondstadt for an extended period of time. Without a doubt, I am now the weakest Archon among the Seven.
I believe it. And yet you sound almost proud. Guess that's why you're a god to the City of Freedom.
Aw, you flatter me.
Oh, such a humble god. Is it a blessing or a curse? But we digress. Let's get back to the topic at hand. We have tracked the Abyss Mage to the vicinity of the winery.
No, but you didn't want to destroy your
I
winery.
cannot stress enough how important it is to not let it escape.
Well,
Song of the Dragon and Freedom.
What's this? After the Abyss Mage was defeated, a certain energy dispersed from its body. It seems that energy was being used to cut off the connection between me and Dvalin. Huh. Do you know of Storm Terror's Of course. I believe the people of Mondstadt all know of it. After Dvalin woke up, he took the ancient ruins as his lair. As it was with the storms that previously cut Mondstadt off from the outside world, the entrance to the ruins is also sealed by a special barrier. But
Because
now,
of course it is.
as the energy dispersed from the Abyss Mage, I was able to read the rhythmic flow of how the barrier's magic was woven. I must admit, it sounds even more horrendous than a chorus of hilly churls. But it should be enough to let us break through the storm barrier and reach Storm Terror's lair.
Okay.
Which means we're going to confront Dvalin? I'm fine with that. Jean is the one who wishes to avoid any direct confrontation.
No. When there are no other options left, it is my responsibility to alter our course of action. If slaying him is our only choice, I will gladly become the knight that leads the charge.
Fortunately, we have yet to need to go that far.
Yeah, exactly. It's not. Jump to that conclusion.
By that, you mean...
I mean that the Holy Liar is not our trump card.
It's the
A
Traveler.
real trump card?
No.
The Traveler, of course.
The Traveler?
Is it because I purified
Correct.
the teardrop crystal?
But you have a much more precious forte. The impurities in the tears and the curse that binds Dvalin belong to the same maleficent power. Which means...
You can purify Dvalin.
You tone-deaf bard! Don't you see how crazy this is? You've seen
There
what
you go.
Devon is like when he's ticked off. She'll be swallowed whole before she even gets to lift a finger.
Hey, nice plan. Worth a shot.
I am with you, Honorary Knight.
Oh, so we just need to fight monsters from the abyss and a dragon. No pressure or anything.
Humans aren't without their strengths. Let's go.
And so... Epic actions of brave heroes finally leads to this 11th hour.
It's a storm barrier.
Yeah, we knew it was gonna be there.
It looks so dangerous.
Leave it to me.
There's Hilly Turtles
Although
coming.
This wooden lyre is all I have. I don't need the lyre to break through this kind of storm barrier. Wait, what is that?
Enemy attack!
The stage will need to be cleared before I can begin my performance. Generally speaking, such chores are not the concerns of the performer himself.
Nice. Let's fight with Jean.
What's going on? There shouldn't be any hilly trail camps in the vicinity of Storm Terror's lair.
The hilly trolls usually do not venture into areas with high elemental concentrations. It puts a heavy burden on their bodies.
The Abyss Order must be manipulating them behind the scenes, yet they shouldn't have been able to determine that we would come. They're presumably spreading their forces to halt our plans.
Without further ado, I suppose I can play faster if my only audience is the wind.
That was easy.
It actually opened. You're not entirely useless, tone-deaf bard.
This is it. We are now entering Storm Terror's lair. Watch yourselves.
Looks like this is the front gate to Storm Terror's lair. The gate is enormous compared to us. But still, Paimon wonders how Dvalin gets in there with a body that huge.
He doesn't walk in, he flies in.
Yeah.
You do have a point.
Seemed like that was an easy solution.
It's stuck.
It's stuck.
Ooh, he's mocking you now.
That roof. Is there a giant hole in it?
Yes, there is.
Nothing gets past Paimon.
It's true.
I suppose we could make use of that wind current.
Let's make a detour then.
Let's make a detour then. Heading up.
That's what she just said.
Do you think there will be abyss mages hiding in the ruins?
Yeah, that's why we're here, to kill him.
Do run into them. We will like the victorious master
Save Storm Terror. Or Dvalin.
Do not underestimate them just because I have beaten one of them before. I'm not boasting. I'm simply saying there is more to the Abyss Order than a few mages.
Correct. That's why I tagged along after all. Well, that and also for your safety. Why am I so diligent? Too diligent for a poet, in fact.
So says the person that made zero effort to search for the dragon tears and drank in the tavern all day. Paimon doesn't get it. What part of you is remotely diligent?
Oh, we can't advance any further. The ruins seem to be guarded by ancient seals.
Is this the work of Dvalin?
No. These ruins were once part of an ancient city. These ruins even predate the existence of the Four Winds. Mondstadt is a city without a ruler. However, before it was ruled over by a tyrant. Anyway, I'll sing you that story when we have a chance in the future.
The markings on this seal. If my archaeological knowledge is not mistaken, this appears to be a light
Light actuator?
What is that?
You don't know? They teach you
If we
anything in
retrieve
school?
and reintegrate all the parts, we should be able to get it working.
We should be close to completing the ceremony for this actuator. Let's put the last part back and see. Time.
Now we'll see what a light actuator does.
It's done! Paimon thinks we should venture onward from here.
I'm thinking about turning these adventures into songs after we're done. Hopefully, this song will be sung for years to come by the people of Mondstadt, just like the legend of Vanessa.
I have
we
loved
could forget that.
song since I was small. How are you feeling today, Honorary Knight? I am completely prepared and fully confident that we can do this.
Even Master Diluc accompanied us to the very end. Despite only being an accidentally involved bystander.
You shared your secret with me, and I only returned your trust to the same extent.
So trust is what drove, so responsibilities what drove Master
As
Gene.
for Master Diluc, trust perhaps. What about the tone-deaf bard?
It's freedom.
Yeah, he's established that.
Freedom?
When you first arrived at Mondstadt, did no one tell you that Mondstadt is the city of freedom? She really is a child of freedom. Mondstadt is a romantic city without the reign of a king. And its citizens enjoy the most freedom amongst the 7 nations. I hope the dragon that once protected Mondstadt will soon be free too. No one should have deceived him by telling him that Mondstadt betrayed him. And no one should have told him that it was his eternal duty to protect the city. He has the right and freedom to choose his own way of life.
Venti?
Sad Venti.
Well then, traveler.
She called you by your name.
Thousands of years of wind that have blown through Mondstadt go with you. Just like the last time, I shall channel animal energy for you.
Last time.
Oh, no wonder you said his voice sounds familiar.
Oh, there are 2 genes.
I like how Paimon makes fun of Venti like we make fun of the Supreme Kai in Dragon Ball. Just
Yes.
tone deaf bard. Like, when have you been diligent about anything? I enjoyed that.
Yeah, it was very fun to see because he reveals himself as a god basically, and yet she could give 0 fucks. Basically, she's just like, I don't care. You suck at being a bard, so therefore I'm going to mock you.
Yeah.
Paimon is really growing on me. Like the first episode, I was like, oh god, I don't know. Second one was like, okay, no, she's found her niche in here.
Nice little sweet spot, yeah.
But this episode, she's really growing on me. Like, she brings a lot of humor. She is blunt and tells it like it is. And she's a different presence from any of the other characters that we've met so far in this world.
Yeah, we get like more of her personality than we have of other people's.
Yes.
I mean, like we said, Diluc is very broody and mysterious and hasn't really shown all of his cards yet. We don't know too much about him other than like he owns the tavern and winery, but like he doesn't, like he's clearly more than just that from what we've seen of of how people like respect him. And Jean is great. She's like one of my favorite characters when we first started this, and from the first part, I really liked her. But she's just like, I don't know, she's so noble and like just like is a stereotypical like good hero.
I think what we like about Paimon is she sometimes says our thoughts out loud, which invites us in and gives space for us in the narrative. Jean is who we aspire to be.
Yeah.
You know, kind of that perfected, heroic, noble hero that we meet in many stories, and they are there for us to aspire to, but they aren't necessarily attainable or who we will ever actually be. So like they're a great goal, and they're a good kind of like beacon to guide us, but Paimon makes space for us here and now and who we are. Diluc is a mystery, which makes him intriguing. I think he has a problem with authority. And I want to know where that comes from. Because obviously the Knights of Flavonius do not have his respect, and he hates the Fatui. So I'm not saying like the Fatui don't deserve it, but he obviously doesn't hold a lot of admiration for the diplomacy that the Knights of Flavonius do. Like, the Knights of Flavonius handle, it seems like at this point, conflict or challenges and adversity through diplomacy and negotiation. I think Diluc would rather pick up a sword and just be like, let's just end this. Done. So I'm curious his backstory to know where sort of the sharper edge of his personality comes from.
And then for Venti, you know, he's just always been kind of like a weird, goofy character, and which is kind of on point with him being a god. It's cool that like he doesn't want to rule.
Yeah.
And he wants to give people freedom. And not only just the people, but he wants to give same thing with Storm Terror. Like, you know, it's like shouldn't be burdened with this task of protecting the city. You should protect the city because you want to protect the city. So yeah, like it's not necessarily my favorite character, but he's growing on me, and like I'm getting more respect for him. Even though I love when Paimon trashes him.
Yes. Well, I mean, they're like the odd couple, right? Like they're gonna bicker, and that's gonna be fun. Although Venti isn't bickering back half as much as Paimon's dishing out, but you know, he did a little bit to try and get under her skin. He did something there. Venti is fun, and I'll be curious to see if we get more of his backstory as well, because he seems counter to the expectation of what a god would be, or what a god would be seeking. Seeking peace for humanity, or not peace, but seeking freedom for humanity doesn't exactly seem like what you typically hear a god looking for us. Like, you usually think of gods as like ruling over us. Like, think of the ancient Greeks. Like, all of those gods, they ruled on high on Mount Olympus, and you know, they can kind of come down and mess with humanity whenever they're bored or just seeking some kind of outlet for their rage, anger, frustration, boredom, whatever. So like for a guy to be like, I just want to chill and make music, and like I want you guys to be free. It's I don't know, like it seems like he should be the god that's smoking weed and just, you know, throwing up peace signs, and he's like the hippie of the gods. It's very interesting to me, and so I'm curious. Like, he's our first god in Genshin, so is that what gods in Genshin are like, or are the gods more what we sort of historically know the gods to be like, in which case, why is he so different?
That's a good question. Hopefully we'll find out more as we continue our journey, and you can get ahead in our journey a month ahead by joining Patreon. There's a link in the description of this video, and let us know what you thought about this so far down below in the comments. I think we got one more part for the prologue, and then that's over, and then we'll continue. We have a playlist, one for our Genshin Impact reactions, but also for the journey that we have. So you can check that out. And, you know, if you have other videos you want to add to it, let us know. And thanks so much for checking out our reaction for Genshin Impact, part 3 of our journey, but just keep in mind
that our reaction is definitely not definitive.